a program where we discuss political happenings in our country, Nigeria, and across the world. Today, we shall be taking a look at the APC campaigns, matters arising. But with me to discuss this topic is a member of the Delta State APC Campaign Council, Comrade Napoleon Kenerikedi. I'm John Glover, and I'll be your anchor today. Just fasten your seatbelt as we unveil what we have for you today. All right, Comrade Napoleon Kenerikedi, you're welcome to our show. Thank you. All right, now very quickly, there is this. Let's start with this recent happenings in your party. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) recently took your party to court, actually challenging or asking the court to void the primaries of the APC, all because it was conducted by my Malabuni-led Extraordinary Convention Committee, and they actually anchored this suit on the substitute judgment of the Federal High Court delivered on the 30th of September, which declared as illegal, unlawful, and unconstitutional all actions and activities carried out by my Malabuni's committee. Very quickly, are you not worried that if the case goes on and your party may be disqualified from contesting the general election in 2023?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank you for the invite. I am the Delta State APC youth leader. And I want to say quickly on the issue you raised about the PDP taking our party, the APC to court based on what they feel is a reason for taking our party to court. But as members of APC, we are not perturbed over that, because we know we follow the due process in electing our candidates. And for me not to bore myself with this issue, we don't have any problem with that, and we know going to court is part of the electoral process, and so we are not bothered with that. We know they don't have any case, and at the end, Deltans, Nigerians, we know that we follow the due process in conducting our primaries.
All right, thank you very much. Let's quickly move on. But viewers, you can be part of this conversation by calling us on 081-5037-2800. The number is on your screen. Call us. Let's hear your thought concerning our topic of discussion. We are looking at the APC campaigns, matters arising. Just a few days ago, Wednesday to be precise, your party, you were expecting the presidential candidate of your party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to come to Delta State. You waited, but he never showed up. And although your party came up with that because of the weather, he couldn't fly. But some persons are saying that there is a rift between your presidential candidate and your governorship candidate, Obarisi Oviomagege in Delta State. How true is that? I want to clear the air on that. Is there really a rift between them? That's why Asiwaju didn't come to Delta State.
There is no rift between our presidential candidate and our governorship candidate. If there was rift, I don't think that visit would have been scheduled for that day. So there was no rift. They had been working closely. So the reason was glaring, that aviation workers that day was on strike, and there was no way they can access helicopter, because you know those areas they wanted to visit could not be accessed through road. The plan was that they would go to those areas through helicopter, and the aviation workers that day was on strike. So Asiwaju cannot come to WARRI and go to those areas through the road because of how the flood have destroyed those roads. So that was just the reason, and it was very clear. So I don't know if people are just looking for a sheep went to blackmail somebody. I don't think this is one that they should venture into, because it's of no importance to what is on ground for now.
All right, thank you very much. Also, let's look at the man Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of your party, who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and what are his chances in the general election? You are a youth leader, APC youth leader in Delta State, so you should know more about him.
I think our party, the APC presidential candidate Ahmed Bola Tinubu, have all the chances to win the election because he's a tested and trusted hand. The other two major contestants with him through the PDP and the Labour Party have also been in government before, and I believe at this time Nigerians will judge based on performance before casting their votes. Which we all know the candidate of the Labour Party reside in Lagos because Lagos is a very conducive place for its caliber of persons to reside, and that was made possible by Tinubu, Ahmed Tinubu, and his successful governors. If the governors were not working in Lagos, I don't think he would deem it fit to go and be residing in Lagos. Also, Atiku Abubakar have most of his business in Lagos because Lagos is a very conducive place, security-wise and otherwise, for you to invest. So I believe Nigerians will judge based on that in that day of the election, and we are very confident that Ahmed Bola Tinubu, based on his track record, he will going to win the general election and become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, another aspect that some Nigerians are really afraid of is the health status of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A lot of people are afraid that he's not healthy enough to rule Nigeria, judging by the complexity of this country. What's your view on this, sir?
I don't want to believe that his health condition is a barrier of him ruling Nigeria, because he has not in any way, he has been in out of government since 1999, and his active role he has been playing in the politics of Nigeria is very, very glaring to all Nigeria, and I don't believe in no time his health have deprived him of that role that he has been playing in the Nigerian politics from 1999 to date. So I don't want to join that line of reasoning that his health will be of a challenge to him. As a president, his duty is to have competent hands that will work with him. He have a very lesser job to do if he only have a very competent hand that he assigned responsibility to. His job is very simple, so I don't believe his health is a challenge why he should not be a Nigerian president.
All right, now let's look at the aspect of the performance of President Muhammadu Buhari. If you are to score President Muhammadu Buhari, what will you score him in his performance generally?
Yes, if I want to score President Muhammadu Buhari, I cannot give him 100%, but I believe I can give him 70-80%. Why? Because the problem of Nigeria, like the social contract theorists said, that power should not reside in the hands of the Leviathans, which are the kings. That if it should, the people will overuse the power against the masses or the citizens. Buhari knew that when he came into power, he saw that the power in Nigeria is in the hands of the Leviathans, which are the rulers. And for that reason, he amended our electoral act by allowing the power to shift from the Leviathans to the people. So for that reason, I think it's enough for we to say Buhari has done well for Nigeria. But going forward, it is left for the citizens to decide who should rule them. It's left for the citizens to decide who should be their leaders. So it is a very good thing, which I will, most especially the youths, I will tell them that APC government has done for Nigeria. And the APC government is led by President Muhammadu Buhari. With that, I think in no distance time, Nigerians will experience the expected development and change we have been clamoring for. So for that the APC government have done, I want to say Buhari has done 70-80% well for the people of Nigeria.
All right, a lot of Nigerians are of the opinion that President Buhari has not fulfilled his campaign promises, and I was wondering if his performance will not affect the chances of your party in the general election.
Like what I've just said just now, if Nigerians politically we have civilized, we will know that what do you like, for example, the Obi support that is enjoying today is because of the new the electoral act that has been amended. That is why You are seeing people coming out to say, our vote we can't, I will vote for Obi. Who signed that electoral act? Who chairman the committee of the constitutional amendment? Who chairman the committee of the constitutional amendment? It's not Senator Obi Umagidi. Who signed the electoral act after it has been amended? Is it not WARRI? So why can't you reciprocate that by voting for that party if that party has given you a power? If that party has given you power to exercise your franchise as a Nigerian by voting, and your vote can't, you will also. I think it is expected that Nigerians, especially youth, should reciprocate.
All right, now
by voting our party.
All right, thank you very much. I was just, before we take a break, when we come back, we'll talk about Delta State politics. But just before we go on this break, I just want to get your thought on this obedient movement of Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate. Is gaining momentum by the day. Is it a threat to your party? Are you afraid of the obedient movement, the way they are growing their popularity and all that?
No, we are not afraid of the obedient movement. What I'm happy about that is that the political civilization of Nigerians is increasing in daily basis, and that is because of what our party did by amending the electoral act. We are not afraid, because I know majority of Nigerians will know that APC government have done well for Nigerians by amending the electoral act, and for that reason they will reciprocate by voting our party.
All right, yes, we'll take a break. When we come back, who is still with us, Comrade Napoleon Kenerukedi, who is the APC youth leader and a member of the APC Delta State Campaign Council. When we come back, we'll talk about Delta State APC, and then just stay with us as we go on this break.
Mr. President is doing his best, and all of us, now the people that are ready for this. So we cannot, it's my opinion. So I want to appeal that the leadership of the House, the leadership of the nation, please, Mr. President, the leader. It is not necessary for the Democratic Party.
Point of order, minority leader.
Distinguished senators, members of representatives.
Let's stop there. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. Insecurity is threatening us. We cannot pretend. It's better we are not here than to not see that here people are dying. Every day Nigerians are dying. We must learn to the occasion. As for me, Mr. President.
It's still political arena, and still with us in the studio is Comrade Napoleon Kenerukedi, youth leader, APC Delta State, and a member of the campaign council in Delta State. Very quickly, Comrade Kenerukedi, what is the state? Before now, it was 1 week, one trouble for Delta State APC. We used to hear one problem or the other, the party leaders taking each other to court and all that. But for some time now, what is the state of the Delta State APC right now?
I think you told me that there was problem one after the other in the APC for some time, but I know for also some time now you have noticed that we have a united APC in Delta State. That is because it is natural that wherever people are gathering, more than maybe a person, there is bound to be differences. And what makes those people matured is
Sorry. Hello. Oh, sorry. Please, can continue.
So what makes those people matured is the ability for them to resolve any differences they are having, and I think that has been displayed by the leadership of our party. That we are matured people and we do our things maturely, despite the fact that differences is bound to happen. we have resolved that. That is why you are seeing the momentum we are gathering in this state, because of the purpose of and the unity we are enjoying now in our party.
All right, I followed the inauguration of your campaign council at Sabah, and I noticed that some of the party bigwigs were not present. I don't know if it's part of the riff. I think some Olorogu Festus Keyamo, who is the minister for state, he wasn't there, and also Honorable Victor Che, I remember, he wasn't there, and also Chief Cairo Jobu, and these were the persons that were having a little problem with the leadership of your party for some time, but they were not there at the campaign council. Is it that the rift has not been settled, or they were not there on purpose?
No, that issue has been settled before now. But like for the case of the minister for state labor, you know, is the presidential campaign spokesman, and he is very busy with activities in the presidential campaign. And O'Shea then was in abroad, and they just need to do this inauguration because there is no time again, because we need to swing it to action. So there is no time, and he's in abroad, so he's very much aware of all that is happening, and his support too was very massive in the inauguration. And I believe also all the leaders of APC were all in support of that inauguration that day. Even those ones that were not present, they sent their warm and support over all that were happening that day.
All right, let's look at the other aspect of it, Chief. The governorship candidate of your party in the last in 2019, that's Chief Chris Ogboru, who has defected to the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA. His defection from your party, will it not affect the chances of your party? Because he leaving your party is also a party stalwart, going with some supporters to another party. Will that not affect the chances of your party in the Sorry, the phone is not so you can respond now.
You can also attest to the fact that nobody can observe that Ogboru has left APC in Delta State. I believe APC is even more stronger now, more accepted in Delta State more than it was before. So as party people, we are not seeing a vacuum that was created by the exit of Great Ogboru, because this thing is about Deltans, and it's about the good of Deltans. Deltans are judged by the performance of our candidates, and they see no reason why they should run after other person that will never do that for them. He's just a senator that is representing the people of Delta Central, but his developmental stride has cut across the 3 senatorial districts in Nigeria. So with that, I don't believe anybody is even aware or noticing the exit of Chief Great Ogboru from the APC.
All right, now let's concentrate on your governorship candidate. That's Senator Ovie Omagi, who is the deputy president of the Senate right now. Well, let's quickly look at his credentials. Who is Obarisi Ovie Omagi?
Obarisi Ovie Omagi is the present Deputy Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing the good people of Delta Central, and his political antecedents are before the public domain. He was once the principal secretary to His Excellency James Onanife Ibori, and he was once Commissioner Delta State, was once SSG Delta State, and presently is the 5th man of Nigeria. So I don't think there is anybody that is better off to rule Delta State than the man, because his wealth of
All right.
experience
Okay.
politically.
Just hold on. Oh, okay, sorry. The lines are breaking, but don't worry. Just go ahead.
Because of his wealth of experience politically, I don't think there's anybody that is better off to pilot the affairs of Delta State than His Excellency Senator Ovie Omagigi.
Well, you can say that that's just a member of your party. Other members of their party will also say theirs is also better. But I know that we just quickly let's look at some persons of the opinion that your candidate has moved from party to party. He has not been a stable party man. He left the PDP. He went to the other parties, about 3 other parties, AD and was this but they believe that it's not a stable party man. Will that not also affect his chances as Deltans? Some people believe that it's not a stable party man.
The reason for the formation of political party is just a platform whereby through which you actualize your political vision. Party is abstract, and political party is just a vehicle through which you actualize political aspiration. He has tried to let Deltans know his capacity. He has tried to let Deltans know he's competent. He has tried to let Deltans know who he is. Severally, he contested governor and he was disappointed by PDP. Then, and he went to another party to ensure that he actualized that dream. And it is because of that party, he left PDP. That is why we can see his antecedents. Now, if he had been in PDP, maybe he wouldn't have been given this opportunity to showcase who he is. But today, we can attest, we have somebody in the Senate that is in PDP from 1999 to date, but you cannot compare that person to a senator that has been in that chamber for less than 8 years through another political party. So what I believe Deltans need is who can deliver the dividends of democracy. It's not about the party or how many times you have defected from one party to another. What Deltans need is who can deliver. So it's not about the party. So I believe Deltans can never judge based on party when they know the person that have left one party to another is better off than the person that have remained in one party. So why should they base their judgment on a defection from one party to another?
But another thing that Deltans are also accusing a flag bearer of your party in Delta State for is that most of his constituency projects are situated at his hometown, Orogu, in Ugele North local government area. He concentrated 80% of the projects there, and so some are saying that if elected as governor, he will also do the same. What's your reaction to these allegations, sir?
I don't think that is true.
Okay.
Yes, he have projects in Orogun, and like as I said, he has distributed over 5,000 transformers. I don't want to know. I want to ask those persons how many are situated in Orogun. He has renovated schools across not local government in the data central, communities in the data centers. How many are situated? How many of all the schools in Orogun has he renovated? All the projects the man has done, I don't think they are all centered in Orogun. So those persons that are saying that are only saying that just to blackmail him, and those blackmail are cheap because Deltans are politically civilized now, so they cannot be influenced by those cheap political blackmail.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take another break. When we come back, he will tell us about his party's manifesto and the strategy they hope with which they hope to win the election. So let's take the break now. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. He's still with us to answer. So you can also call us when we come back.
for this House, probably working with the Senate, to come up with a clear strategy on how to engage the federal government to live up to its own agreements.
We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly if we cannot save this country.
All right, welcome back, viewers. Just before I ask him his party's manifesto, somebody sent a text, told us a text message. He said, "I feel very much ashamed that anyone will come on air to say that the president signed the Electoral Act to law as the only criteria for his party to be voted into power." APC came out with a party manifesto telling Nigerians what they want to do, and none of such promises was kept for almost 8 years. This so-called youth leader should be ashamed of his party and stop campaigning for failure. All right, so I just want you to react to this. He said, what should you say? The only criteria or the only achievement of your party is the signing of the Electoral Act.
I never said it is the only achievement of my party.
Okay.
I am only letting mostly the youths to know their value now. I'm only letting the youths to know their importance now. That whoever that will represent them from the House of Assembly to the presidency will be decided by them because of what the APC government did. There are other projects that the APC government did that time can never permit me to mention. I wish I think that person that is even sending that text, no.
All right.
Today the person is even, I know that person must have traveled through train from WARRI to Otakwe. I know that person must have traveled through train. So I don't want to enumerate the achievement of our party here, but what are the important thing? What I feel is important is the power that has been cheated before. We all know in Nigeria that most people used to say their vote don't used to count. Their votes don't used to count. But now we have a president that have corrected that.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's we'll still continue. Let's quickly look at your party manifesto. What some of these things your governorship candidate will do for Deltans if he emerges governor in 2023?
The party in Delta State and the governorship candidate will unveil the party manifesto to Deltans, and like the man, as you know him, is a man that is eager to develop Delta State. So the party manifesto is very, very rich with all that Deltans will need to bring development to Delta. But I think that will be unveiled by the party on the 12th of this month when we flag off campaign.
All right, it's okay. We won't stay much on that because we want people to come and do the advert here so that we'll help you announce that you have to be your manifesto on that day. But before they, if not, for allow you to say that, we'll charge you for commercials. but anyhow, let's quickly look at your strategy. What are because PDP has ruled the state from 1999 to date, and it will not be easy to wrestle power from someone that has ruled for that long. What is your strategy that you hope to wrestle power from the ruling PDP?
PDP have been in power from 1999 to date, and our strategy is one. The major strategy is the performance of our candidate. His performance is the strategy mostly we need to win election, because at this time Deltans will not judge based on the years PDP have enjoyed power, but they will judge based on performance of that party that have stayed these years. in governance. You know, the PDP government have never done anything in Delta State.
No, you don't need to talk about your strategy that you hope to win, because there are a lot of achievements I will contribute to the PDP government. Just tell us the strategy that you
allow me to finish.
I know, but we don't allow you to.
They've never done anything that is commensurate to the amount that.
What I'm asking you now is this: tell us your strategy without putting down another party. You just tell us your strategy. This is what we hope to do. This is what we want to, how we go about it, and without talking against any other party.
That is what I am telling you now. There is no way I will talk about my strategy and I will not talk about the weakness of.
You don't need to talk about.
There is no way I will talk about my strategy that I will not talk about the weakness, because it is the weakness of the other party that we capitalize on in. Letting you know our strategy.
Okay, so we'll take it that you capitalize some of the weaknesses of the
PDP. Yes, we capitalize on
any other strategy.
Because the strategy I will not make it public here.
Okay.
For the PDP, because you said they are in power since 1999, not to use it against us, because the time is still far. The campaign time is still far.
Okay.
So we will not unveil our strategy now. Now we want to use it winning the election.
All right. Talking about performance, like you said. Now let's quickly look at some of the campaign, like man that send the text messages. A lot of Nigerians are worried with the living in Delta State, in Nigeria. The cost of living today, the cost of living is very high, and people are complaining. With that, what will you say? Because the president, when he was coming to power, he promised change. He promised to $1 will be equal to naira and all that. And then an area of insecurity and the other parts of it. How will you say he has been able to perform in this area?
In political science, there is what we call misplacement of ground value. Before you get into a political office, President Muhammad WARRI, like as we all know, meant well for Nigeria. The economic has been bastardized by previous government before its emergence, and is trying to revive the economy. There are still cabals from these same persons that have spoiled the economy of this Nigeria, frustrating him, because they are the major owners of industries. They are the major controllers of the economy. So they are putting all effort to see they discredit the WARRI government by frustrating him for all his policies not to come into fulfillment or actualization, to see he revamp the economy of Nigeria.
All right, let's look at the area of insecurity. President WARRI, or your party, did promise that 3 months into power they will solve the insecurity problem in the country. 7 years and have gone down the drain. The security situation in this country is still a source of concern. Many persons cannot travel by road. We saw the recent attack on Apostle Suleiman and all that, kidnapping everywhere, killings and all that. What is your reaction to this? Is this part of he be frustrated in this aspect, or his failure to tackle the insecurity? Don't forget, he was a retired general. He is a retired general.
The president is just one person, and before he can curb insecurity in Nigeria, he needs to work with the security apparatus of the country, and the security apparatus also needs to work with maybe local security outfits, because those persons that are committing insecurity in Nigeria are from communities, are from villages, are from kingdoms. Like as I said earlier, some persons are not interested in seeing that Nigeria is some persons are not interested in seeing that we have peace in Nigeria, because they benefit from him. Like you should know, recently when General Tompulo was interviewed, he said the Bonkri is mostly sponsored by the military people. The mockery is mostly aided by the military people. So also I want to believe that this security issue is aided by some persons, not particularly at this time.
But what Ompolo said is mere an allegation. It has not been proven. But anyway, just go ahead.
Yes. But you should know also is an authority.
We know.
In some
but sometimes when you make allegation, you prove it.
He cannot come to the air and make allegation that he don't have.
Okay.
So also I want to say that even we, as we are here, we are not helping issue as regard this security issue, because you might know somebody that is committing a security breach somewhere. You will not like to reveal it because maybe it's from your community. You will not like to go and let the police, the military men know that this person is committing insecurity in my area. You should come and get him arrested. Nobody want to do it. We just be blaming WARRI from Abuja that he should come to Delta State here to cover security issues. No, now I think we have our own role to play. Have we reported anybody to the police that this person is committing insecurity and the police failed to act on that? They say government and people, we have reciprocal relationship. So are we playing our role as citizens before always blaming government?
All right, I think just very quickly, what's your advice to Deltans generally as we prepare, or Nigerians as a whole, as we prepare for 2023?
My advice to Nigerians is to vote wisely and not to allow their votes to be bought, because now we now have the powers to decide who will lead us, because we now believe that our votes will count. We have not seen and we have not believed that our votes will count, and if our vote will count, it is our responsibility now to decide who we should vote for. Like for example, separately, WARRI has made series of efforts to see that local government enjoy electoral autonomy and financial autonomy. But this thing has been frustrated by our local state House of Assembly members. If today they are campaigning to us and we tell them that if we vote for you and if that issue come up again and you never support the Electoral Act because you are asked by your governor not to support it, in your second tenure or your third tenure, we will not vote for you again because we now have the power. You know, with all this, we will control most of all this anomality that are happening in the government, because we now have the power to decide who we should vote for. And it will not be any guarantee that without we voting for you, maybe you go for second tenure or third tenure again, like it used to be in the past. That is why I'm telling Nigerians that at this time, we should commend the APC government for the electoral act that was passed into law, because it will not help us to decide who should lead us or not. If the person who mistakenly maybe vote a person that never meant well for us, we still have the opportunity to deprive him of going for second tenure or third tenure. So I want to advise Nigerians, I want most especially youths, to vote wisely and not to allow their votes to be bought, because it will affect you and your children and the unborn children. So I think that is my advice for Nigerians and most especially our youths.
All right, let's say before I let you go, the INEC in Delta State has said that there are over 300,000 permanent voter cards in their offices that are yet to be collected by Deltans. What's your advice to Deltans, so that I want to just talk to them, go up there and collect their PVCs?
I think my advice to them is very simple. It's for them to go to the offices to collect their PVCs, because they cannot be lamenting in your house and your voter's card is in the INEC office, and you'll be lamenting that the government is not fair, the government is not doing us well, when you don't even have the right to vote on that day of election. So my advice is for you to go and get your PVCs ready, so that on that day of the election, when people are coming to campaign, you see their manifestos and decide on who to vote rightly without being influenced or induced with money.
All right, that's all we can take for today's edition of Political Arena. Must have to tell us that on Monday we'll get somebody from the People's Democratic Party Campaign Council to also come and tell us the state of their campaigns as a part of the build-up to 2023 general election. A special thanks to my panelist, Comrade Napoleon Kenerikedi, who is a youth leader of the All Progressives Congress Delta State and also a member of the campaign council in Delta State. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Special thanks to my producer Johnson Obaseji and Grace Matu, and also my executive producer Pastor Malcolm Oteri. I remain John Glover. See you same time on Monday for another edition of Political Arena. Stay with us.